I don't. I'm not going to pretend. I don't know what I'm doing. But I can't be the only one who's broken. I can't be the only one who needs Jesus. And I can't do this alone anymore. And I need people in my life. I need good men in my life that want the same thing. And I sat down like a sack of potatoes. Well, Jay stood up, the guy that asked me, and I was like, surely you're not leaving, you son of a, you got me into this. But I looked up and he was crying. And he said, I'm a terrible husband and father. I care more about my job and money by the way I spend my time than I do my wife and kids. The next guy stood up and he goes, y'all make fun of me about having this perfect Catholic family. He had about 7 kids and they just looked perfect and everything was perfect in their Catholic life. So we used to tease him. And he said, y'all have been teasing me about that, but my wife left 3 weeks ago. He said, I've been addicted to porn for 5 years and she's had enough. I got papers in the mail today and she wants a divorce. My marriage is over. The next guy stood up and he said, y'all know I have 9 kids. My wife and I fight all the time. He said, when we fight, I escape. And when he stood up, he wobbled. And he goes, I've been in a hotel room in downtown Memphis. I've had a case of beer today. Work thinks I'm at home sick. My wife thinks I'm at work. And I've got the text that men were meeting up here, and all we ever do as men is drink up at the church, so I was tired of drinking alone. Every man in that room stood up that night and showed me the power of vulnerability in a man's life. Every man shared, and I started going, you know what, I'm not alone. And that's what the world tells you is you're alone, and what it means to be a man is to work hard and never complain. And John, weighing your way through life, being by yourself and putting your head down and never complaining and never having feelings and never having emotions. Why do you think we have so many addictions and so many suicides and so much isolation and loneliness today? And who do you think wants that? It's not God. It's the other guy, the evil one. He's a sniper. He doesn't like stuff like this. I was up almost all last night with stomach issues and didn't sleep much because he knew that God was going to try to do something powerful through all of us today. The devil wants you out there on your own. He's a sniper and he's not a merciful one. He'll put a bullet in your gut, not in your head or in your heart, so you bleed out slowly and you drag everybody in your life with you. If you're not becoming the man that you're called to be, and we think, well, I got to do that alone. You're not supposed to white knuckle the steering wheel of your life. That night, God gave me the scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. When Paul is lamenting, he's saying, Lord, take this thorn out of my side 3 times. The spiritual thorn that he placed there. So Paul says, I would not get too elated. And so he begs God, and God looks at him and says, no, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And for the first time in my life, I was like, all this garbage about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Jesus Christ never said that. There's a good thing about being tough and being able to spiritually get through things. But what God is saying is like, no, I never meant for you to do it alone.